Hi, I'm Mr. Goodpliers. I'm out at my extra storage lot today, and I'm going to be showing you a vehicle that's out back resting here. We'll kind of walk around the truck and show you what the body looks like, and you can decide if this is something that you'd like to have as a project. This is a 1949 Ford F1 pickup. F1 designation is for the half-ton, and this one does have a Flathead V8 in it, which is seized. It's in pretty rough shape, so a guy would want to either rebuild it or start over with a different engine probably. I'm going to kind of walk you around the body and show kind of some of the places that would need work if a guy would want to restore this one. This original red paint, it's had a little bit of body work done here and there over the years, but these trucks are kind of getting hard to find for projects. Something that's kind of in this state that would be good enough to rebuild. There's been a lot of them that have either rusted completely away or been parted out, and a lot of them that have been fully restored. So typical on these, you know, you're going to have rust in the corners and the edges of the front fenders, so those will need to have some rust repair done on them. You can see it does have the incorrect hood. This is off of a 51 or 52, and back here I do have a correct 1948 to 50 hood for the truck, and that goes with it. I do have another truck that I'll be swapping this one on to, so you'll get the correct hood that's in the back. As far as the doors, they're not bad. You know, there's a little rust hole in each front corner. Running boards, a little bit of rust in them. The cab itself, floor is largely intact, but it's going to need some rust repair in the front toe boards. On the dash, you know, a lot of pieces missing there, so a guy'd be kind of starting over on the interior and the glass. As far as the steering box, it does still turn, so that's a usable piece if a guy wanted to go back stock with the truck. The front suspension has kind of been taken apart, so you can see we've got a couple missing leaf springs. Front drums are missing, so that's kind of one that a guy on a truck like this is either going to be doing kind of more of a street rod build, or if you did want to restore the truck, there's probably guys out there that have stock trucks that run and drive that they're taking apart, that you could probably source some stock components from. This truck laid out in the woods for a lot of years, kind of waiting its turn to be resurrected, so I don't know anything about the rear end. It does roll, and we rolled the truck off the trailer with that rear end. The truck, from laying out in the woods, you know, it's caught some leaves and debris that have rusted the bed, so it would need the floor to be replaced. It looks like it was a wood floor originally, and then they put kind of a steel, I'm guessing aftermarket, because it's got the ribs stamped in it. The one running board, you can see there was a big tree that grew up against it, and so a guy would need to kind of get that straight and weld that crack up. I do have the correct tailgate for the truck. It's the one that was actually on it, so it's got the matching patina. And little rust around the back corners of the rear fenders that, you know, if you're building a patina truck, you may just leave it. If you're going to build a nice truck, you know, this truck is probably a little rougher than what you'd want to start with to actually go all the way for a restoration. So replacement hood you can spot back here. It's got some yellow paint on it that's kind of weathered off, so it would be a pretty decent match for the rest of the truck. Aside from that, I haven't looked at the frame real close, but for what I noticed when it was on the trailer, it doesn't appear to be bent or rusted or damaged in any way that would keep a guy from reusing that stock frame. You can see, you know, little rust holes here and there in the bed, rust holes in the cab corners. Just kind of depends how far you're wanting to go with the truck and where you're wanting to take it. Some of that, there's guys that would look at it and say it's too rough, I'll pass on the truck, and then there's other guys that would say it's part of what gives it character. It's one that it's just not something that's really of that much interest to me personally, so I have decided to make a listing for it and sell it, and I have a clean title for it in my name, and my asking price is $1,500, which if you see what some other guys are asking for project trucks, I've tried to keep a pretty low price so you have a good gentle buy-in and you're not blowing a lot out front on a truck, so have more left over to spend for parts and pieces to repair it and build it how you want.